I was surprised that United didn't switch and maybe play a three.
Yeah.
You could argue that after their recent form, they probably wouldn't want to do that. But it was a tepid display from United in many ways. The rotation didn't help. It showed a lack of strength and depth. And let's get one thing straight. Actually, it did what it showed mostly is the strides that Leicester are making and the confidence they now have, sitting in a great position in the table. Shouldn't really mess that up.
Agreed.
And then now they've got a wonderful opportunity to get an FA Cup final, because you'd fancy them against Southampton all day long, wouldn't you?
Well, you would think so, Danny. I think Leicester fans would like to think that this morning, and of course they're beginning to think we could win this thing, and they absolutely could. But the Europa League or bust scenario is very much one that belonging to Manchester United after what we saw at the weekend. And Simon, I know where you stand on Ole, and you're not going to be shifted on it. He says progress is more important than trophies. But I mean, as we sit here this morning, Simon, should silverware be the only yardstick we should really now use to judge success for Manchester United? I mean, they are under pressure to win something, and soon, surely.
Yeah, and so they should be. I think you also have to look at this game in context. You know, United had a very difficult week. You know, they played West Ham on the Sunday, they played Milan on the Thursday. Leicester had a relatively lightweight week. They smashed Sheffield United into the next life on the Sunday 5-0, had a week off. So it showed in the performance on Sunday that there was a jaded look to Man United. But the other side of that argument is that Manchester United should be able to rotate. What other squads in the country have got 40, 50 million pound replacements every time you rotate? United have. So I look at it and say, I can understand some of the reasons why United lost that game, because A, Leicester are a very good side. In fact, I think a better side than Manchester United. B,
you think that Leicester City are a better side than United?
I do. I think they're a better side than Manchester United.
What, when both are at full strength?
I do, yeah. You know, Leicester have played them twice this season. They've drawn the first game, which I thought they could have won. They've won this cup quarter-final, and they've got them later on in the season. And we'll see if the outcome determines my view that Leicester are a slightly better side, marginally, not by much. But you look at it and say, OK, United as a football club that have just signed this wonderful £250 million shirt sponsorship deal. So over here, Ed Woodward's doing his deals and justifying his existence and confirming that United are still a massive influence in the commercial market. But on the pitch, you have to achieve things, and becoming competitive, as constantly as expression, is a ridiculous scenario, because you should be competitive from the get-go. You shouldn't be becoming competitive. If you've spent 400 million pounds on players over the last 2 or 3 years, and you're 2.5 years into a project, and the best you can offer up is I'm becoming competitive, then I'm afraid that's not really good enough. And it's not because it's only gone on Solskjaer. I would be saying this any manager.
And I know you, Simon, and you would, to be fair to you. Is that fair, Danny, do you think?
Yeah, it is fair. Look, we talk about progression. I've talked about progression a lot. Let's look at Liverpool. When Liverpool lost the Champions League final and lost to City, the league title by a point, and played tremendously well and come away both times with no silverware in those competitions, you look at what they did in terms of how competitive they were and how they went about it, and you feel comfortable as a fan watching that team thinking, we are going in the right way. This looks really good, you know, and you can miss out on silverware with a bit of bad luck or a wonderful performance from the opposition or a refereeing decision. You know, United competing in Europa League is not good enough, first and foremost. The fans know that. The club know that. Ole knows that. You know, not progressing in the Champions League was a massive, massive blow for them. Yes, they're going to get in the top four, but so they damn should.
Yes,
you know, they should be in the top four.
There you go. Yes.
Now, he's in a position now where the Europa League, for me, has become monumental for him and the club. I'd be very surprised, and I like him, and I'm not one who wants to see him just thrown away, because I do think they've made some strides forward. But Manchester United have to be doing better. You know, they can't be blaming tiredness for a loss at Leicester in the cup and the squad not being strong enough. The squad should be strong enough. If they don't win the Europa League and only finish in the top four, I think they'll make a change.